What's up guys, Josh here from Mixy Mango, and I'm going to talk a bit about the game update, and which was Vorago and also Runescape 3. So let's start off with Vorago, I guess, because that was the actual update. So here it is. It is the hardest boss in the game. It drops level 90 Wand and Orb, as well as level 90 offensive mage gear. So first opinions on the boss, it is extremely hard and it's definitely a good fight. I hope they don't nerf it. Definitely would not like that, but I think it's good where it's at. I mean, it is challenging and you're doing a big team who know what they're doing, but it is actually really good to fight. Bad things, well, okay, I'll talk about like this kind of non-major bad thing is I don't really like the loot system, because I think only 5 people actually get the drop. So like, yeah, you kill it and then you can't even like loot share or anything. It's just 5 people will get the drop, and then like I think if you do loot share it, only 5 people will get a split of, like, if you got a seismic wand or something, which isn't like the best system. It means sort of for masses you can't really mass it. Definitely just go with people you trust really and who'd actually split it. So that's kind of disappointing. I'm not quite sure why they did it like that. This is Vorago's cave right here. We got options for like the graveyard and then just normal entrance, and you can start a new session or you can join existing. If you start a new session, or just go in the boss room, if you start a new session, it costs a mil coins, so it is quite a lot. And I think it's like an hour session or something. Maybe it said it was 4 hours, but then I don't think it was 4 hours. I thought it was just an hour, but I don't know. But yeah, so you could do either one, but I don't think like the worlds would be full, so you might as well just enter the boss room really. So let's see. Oh, people are actually here, but here is Vorago, and okay, I think they're trying to just like get in, but anyway, yes, this is Vorago. You can talk to him, you can like challenge him, which means you start the boss fight. So I'm not gonna go into that, but yeah, the main bad thing was just his special move on phase 5 was just to DC the world, which I'm not sure how Jagex did not test that. Like, pretty much what happened was a load of people lost their stuff, and luckily I wasn't actually playing it when the update came out. I played a bit later on, but on the last wave, or the last phase rather, the world is just DC, and then if you died you would just lose all your stuff really, because you can't even log onto the world or anything, so you can't, and you're offline, so you can't get a bless or anything like that. So that really sucks, and for anyone who lost their stuff, that's really bad. And Jagex didn't do a rollback for the first one, he did actually for the second one. So like there was another DC later on in the night, they did a rollback for that one, and I've seen like quite a lot of people saying that rollbacks are bad, and like it's the person's fault for doing the update and they know the risk, but that's pretty much saying people should not do game content on the first day, which makes no sense, because I mean it's there to be played, and really it's not like, you know the risk, but the only way you'd actually lose your stuff is if it's not your fault, because there's like, for any boss you can easily get back there in time. There's no challenge. It's just if you DC or like the server crashes, then you'll lose your stuff. So really that argument like just doesn't make sense, because it's, you know the risk, but it's not your fault at all. So really they should have, and they died, really they should have done a rollback the first time as well, because I know like Scape Skill lost like a lot of his Tora and some offhand Dragons as well, so that really does suck. But a lot of people just lost stuff, so I don't know why I didn't roll back the first time, we did the second time, which the second time probably wasn't even as major, but yeah, that is what happened. So it's a bit of a shame that they kind of like sort of got ruined with that. I think the main reason is, someone actually said this, it's because the Jagex office couldn't actually get to the last wave, which is why they couldn't even test that. But that's kind of funny. I don't know like how they didn't know that was going to happen, but yeah, it's a shame. Kind of ruined the boss, I guess, but it's not much you can do there. So yeah, that is Vorago. I mean, it's definitely a good boss. Hope they don't nerf it, but it's just kind of ruined on the first day a bit. So the second thing is, if we go back a bit, we've got this RuneScape 3 counter, because RuneScape 3 is being released in 18 days, 14 hours, 27 minutes and 24 seconds of when this video is being recorded. So RuneScape 3, okay, so I like the idea, I like what they're doing, I like the HTML5 update, the audio, like this new interface system, well, kind of the new interface system, and the story. So I'll start off with the story, because I do actually really like this. I like this, like the new quest, also these like world events, this Battle Lumbridge thing. I really like they're doing this. Okay, let's go for technology. HTML5. The main thing is, it's just, I didn't think it was ready in any way. Like on the beta, using the lowest settings of HTML5, I can only get like 20 FPS. Well, no, about 15. And that is not even stable. It will go down to like 5 and then go back up to like 25, and just, it's really random. So I had no idea that HTML5 was anywhere near ready. So I'm probably just going to be sticking with Java when it comes out, to be quite honest. So yeah, and like Java will still be available, so that's always nice. New audio engine, that is actually quite nice. I haven't actually tested it out properly, but it's nice to have like new audio, and it does sound really good from what I've heard. Seasonal high scores, like that's okay, that's a pretty nice addition. Like I said, story, that's actually looking really good. Gameplay, most of this stuff looks good, like the website overhaul looks quite nice, the upgraded camera, that's pretty cool. And the new skill, obviously, it's coming out a month after RS3, so that is really nice. That is about like the end of August, kind of. So like that's going to be pretty awesome to see. But the new interface system, this is what I'm not quite liking. I mean, like they've done a lot with it. They've taken into consideration player feedback, but still, like, it's just not where I would want it personally. Like, I mean, most of it is perfectly fine. It's just the fact that there's so much scrolling to do. Like, if you don't position your invent correctly, then you have to like scroll, make it scroll, which is kind of, I mean, like, you can change that easily, so that's not the main problem. But the thing is, like, you don't have those like set stones anymore on the bottom, so if you put too many like tabs in sort of like on top of each other, then you have to actually scroll to get to like see the next one, which really isn't good. So let's say you had like you had your invent, you had prayer, and you had like abilities, and with the abilities it's no longer one book. You have to have like each of like, I think it's 5 tabs. You've got to have like melee, range, mage. Oh, so it's 4 tabs: melee, range, mage, and like constitution / defense. They're one separate tab now. So you've got like those 7. Yeah, so that's like 7 tabs. Like it's kind of like in each other. It's really hard to explain, but like they're on top of each other, so you can sort of like click on each one sort of in the same window. So kind of how, yeah, it's probably easier to explain in game, kind of how it's like now. So it's like you'd have invent sort of here, prayer here, what was I gonna say, like ability book, so like mage, range, melee, and then constitution. But the thing is, if this like this window isn't big enough, so if it was only like that big, not like that big, then you'd have like invent, prayer, like mage, range. Then you'd have like little scroll arrows here, and you could scroll across to go, then see like it would scroll across, so you'd cover up invent and prayer, and then you see like mage and constitution. So I don't really like that idea. I just want to see the whole thing, and like it would be really nice if you just have this set up still, if there was an option, because there's not. Like they kind of put an option like that, but it's not the same, so it's kind of annoying, and it's going to take a while to get used to the new interface, but I guess it definitely is coming. And like I don't know why it's being released yet. I just wouldn't say it's ready in any way. And like I played the HTML5 and the new interface recently. HTML, like interface, yeah, I can get used to that, it's kind of okay, but HTML5, there was so many glitches. I was running through the G, like one of the actual stalls, like how, I couldn't even get into the G at one point. Like I was running through the wall and it wouldn't let me click inside. I mean, like, what kind of, how can you release it with bugs like that? I mean, hopefully they are patched by them, but it just doesn't seem ready to me in any way, so I'm not really sure. I mean, HTML5, like RuneScape 3 is definitely a good idea, but it's just, so I'd say it's way too soon to release now, but we'll see what happens. I'll probably just stick with Java, to be quite honest. But yeah, so that is Vorago and the RS3. So leave your opinions on both of those in the comments, but I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.